What's good? What's good? What's good? Welcome back to another episode of Sips and Sniffs, y'all. What's going on, man? What is going on? Shout out to all the lovely people in the chat that came here to join in on this conversation. What is going on? I see y'all in here. What up, Joel? What's going on, Scent Boss? Walt, my guy. You already know, man. Appreciate y'all for coming through. Kicks, Percy, Rockboy T, of course, the big sis Simone, and of course, the man himself, the man, the myth, the legend, Raph. What is going on, Mr. Connections? All right. My boy Mundo. What's good, y'all? What is good, man? Bo, everybody, man. Glad y'all came out. Nightbot, we even like you a little bit. Welcome back again. All right. Haven't kicked you out just yet. But, man, as y'all know, we are here for a good time, but not a long time, man. We have a wonderful conversation on the way. Now, I told y'all last year I was going to try and get some communication, some conversation with some of the bigger houses, to kind of tell the story. One thing that we learned at Sin Explorer from talking about Kajal, some of the flavor brands and some of the houses is that, the beautiful thing about indie niche and niche is that majority, if not all, of their fragrances have a story. All right. They all have a story. And each story is dependent upon the brand, the owner, or whoever the perfumer may be. It just depends. All right. And that is one of the few things, but one of the best things about niche fragrances. All right. And who better to bring it to you, the individual stories and the conversations around them than your boy. You already know. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and get to the chat. I already gave a shout out, a little bit of recognition to everybody, but let me go ahead and say it right. All right, we got Joel Matrix in the building. Rasasi Satur. Wow, all right. My guy Scent Boss, shout out to you, my guy. All right. Taroni by Orto Parisi. Nice. All right. My boy Walt said his scent of the day is Game of Joy. Oh, that watermelon beauty. Yes, sir. Rockboy T, what's good? What's good? Rum and Sunsets, Essential Harmony. Nice. I like that. Kicks, what's good? Gisa Imperial. All right. Again, my boy Mundo, what's up? Scent of the day is Ghazali Flora from Alcalde Studios. And by the way, Mundo, guess what? I can't show everything, but I'll show this part. Your boy got some scent mail in from Aroma Sutra. I do believe this is the amber one that I've been waiting on. We're going to talk about it. My guy, Raph, what's good, baby? What is going on? Simone? Let me see here. Set that scent of the day as Boudicca the Victorious Imperial. All right. Nice. Percy, what's good? Nightbot will even show you a little love, as stated before. All right. My guy Otto, what's good, man? Peace and blessings. Scent of the day is Prada Luna Rosa. Oh, sport. All right. Bo, nice. We're going to talk about it, Bo. We're going to talk about it later, man. I'm interested to see what you think of it. All right. Of course, my guy Kev and everybody else. Esteban. All right. I already got SB in here. And yeah, we're going to go ahead and get to the bottom, man. What up, Sven? What's going on, baby? What is going on? But I'm going to go ahead and get to the bottom because I am anxious to have this conversation with my guy, Hamad. He was generous enough and, set aside some time in his busy schedule. I know those of you who follow the House of Dastan on IG know they got a lot going on from the recent release of, the recent release of Unseen and several others that were released, I think, right prior to Scent Explorer. Five Faces of Oud, I believe, is one of them. And yeah, man, they got a lot going on. And he was generous enough to set aside some time to have the conversation with not just me, but with you all. And let me go ahead and get to this. So I wasn't able to get people. It's been a busy week, y'all. It's been crazy. But I wasn't able to set up something where you could send me your questions. So what I want you to do in here, chat, is for those who have a question for Hamad or the brand, I want you to put the word in capital letters. All right. I want you to put question on there. That way I can kind of see it. I can set it to the side and come to it as we talk and as it's appropriate through our conversation. All right. Do that for your boy, okay? Just put question in there, all right? And I question at the beginning of the question, and then I can go ahead and know, okay, let me get back to this whenever we get a breaking point, all right? What up, Jeff? What's going on, baby? All right, y'all. So now that I am pretty much toward the end, Ricky was good. Oh, to Erica, always a blessing to have you in here, lovely. All right. Now that I am at the bottom, let me go ahead and bring my man up. All right. The topic of conversation is him and his brand. We're gonna go ahead and open up with a few things to get things going, to loosen them up. I don't think he's been on this platform. What am I talking about? I know he hasn't been on this platform before, but I don't think he's been on a platform quite like this. This is going to be good. He's been on IG, and the chat in IG is always pretty active, but he ain't seen a chat like this. He hasn't seen a chat like this. All right. Our cul-de-sac is the most active chats out there. Hands down. I put on everything. And he's going to know today. All right. With no further ado, all right, let me go ahead and bring up my man, Hamad, from the House of Dastan.
Hello. Hey,
what's
James,
good? What's good?
Hey, man. Thank you for having me here. Hello, everyone. I'm excited, man. Excited to be here.
Yeah, man. Hey, it's been a little bit of a time coming, man. I wouldn't say long, but definitely been on the way for a minute, man. And I'm glad to finally have you here, though.
Yeah, for sure, man. Yeah, I mean, life just happened. I know we were supposed to do this a month ago, and then just got pushed back, but we made it happen.
Definitely, yeah. Man. Well, once again, glad to have you here, man. Like I said, my platform, we use it for a lot of conversations. Me and some of the other reviewers in my cul-de-sac, like some of the ones that you met at Sin Explorer with me. What was it? Walt, Charm, Kev from Smell Goods and whatnot. And yeah, man, I think because a lot of
us is also on this call.
Yeah. Oh yes, yeah, he's in there. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Right. Yeah. And he's wearing Game of Joy too. He made sure to put that in there. Between him and my guy Will, they like House of Dastan, man. And now that I'm involved in the house and whatnot, got my little fragrances and whatnot. Trust me, they are good. But we're going to get to the fragrances later. All right. We're going to get to the fragrances in due time. But yeah, man, no, it's a blessing because so many of us started off and the clones, the renditions and whatnot. It's always good for those that are maturing, that are evolving in their fragrance journey as we are, to kind of give them, I don't want to say, the teacher everybody wants to say education, but to give them an understandable journey through conversation as far as what's being provided from the different levels, from renditions to designers to niche, etc. So, having these conversations like we're about to have with you is necessary in a lot of cases. You know what I'm saying? Because honestly, my guy Walt always says this: people don't buy fragrances; they buy the reviewer talking about the fragrance. You know what I'm saying? Sure. They invest in the reviewer, and if he thinks they're good and it aligns with what they think, a lot of times, more times than not, they will invest in the brand or the company. So, yeah. So here's our time to
let's do it.
Give them something to invest in. All right.
For sure.
So yeah. So man, hey, again, glad to have you on here. I tell you what, this is something somewhat new, but it's definitely necessary. All right, we're gonna do a little icebreaker. I know you spend plenty of time going live on IG, but like I said, this is a little different.
That's right.
Yes, sir. So we're gonna get in detail. We're gonna have some rough questions, some tough questions, and we're gonna go from there. All right.
I'm ready.
Icebreaker moment. All right. I'm gonna try and put 2 minutes on the clock here. All right. And we're just gonna ask you a list of questions, and I need you to just spew off your answers as quick as you can. I'm gonna give you 120 seconds, maybe a little bit more. We'll see. But you ready?
Ready. Let's do it.
All right, man. Let's go ahead and start from the top. How about favorite fragrance, period?
Oh, I think right now it's 12 Faces by House of Dastan.
Okay, all right. Yeah. All right, favorite car?
Favorite car? Porsche 911.
All right. Favorite
Yeah.
band.
Favorite band. Uh, that's hard, man. I would say uh, pretty much maybe Gypsy King.
Okay,
I
Gypsy
love
King.
those guys. Yeah.
All right. Favorite song.
Ooh. Favorite song, I would say I have two versions. I have the Persian one, which is Sheyda Shodam, and I have the American, the English one, which is Desert Rose with Sting.
Okay. All right. All
Yeah.
right. Favorite memory.
Favorite memory, I would say the first time when I was a child, my dad bought a Mercedes Benz and he came, he walked into the house, he drove it in. That was my favorite time that I remember.
All right.
I'm a
All
big
right.
car guy. Yeah.
Okay. Favorite
Yeah.
city to visit.
I would say, I don't know why, but Brazil, anywhere like maybe Sao Paulo. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Favorite fragrance note.
Anything dark, oud, leather.
Okay. Favorite accord.
Favorite accord. I would say something also like accord would be a little bit different. I would say maybe, yeah, man. I don't know. That's a tough one. That's a tough one, actually.
We'll
Yeah,
come back.
go.
We'll come back.
Yeah.
Favorite shoe brand.
Favorite shoe brand. That's this actually my shoes. It's an Italian brand. When I was in Milan, I bought it. It's a beautiful shoe. I've been wearing it for 8 years. Beautiful brand.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Here we go. Favorite sport.
Soccer.
Favorite sport team.
Barcelona.
Nice. Barca. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
You're a Messi
Yeah.
fan? You're a Messi fan?
Big Messi fan. Big Messi
All right,
fan.
all right. Let me get on.
Yeah.
We'll talk about it afterwards. All right.
Sure.
All right. Favorite sports player.
Favorite sport player, I would say Michael Jordan.
Hey.
Yeah.
All right. One memorable piece of advice a person gave to you.
My dad, man. My dad, he was always telling me, always stay humble. Just know that anything you achieve in life doesn't stay the same. So always try to build great relationship, stay honest, and don't depend on materials. Materials come and go. It's what you have, and the skills that you build is the best thing.
All right. There we go. And last, we'll go back to it. All right. Favorite accord.
Woody, anything woody and spicy, I would say.
All right.
Yeah.
Fair enough. All right. There we go. There we go. All right. That wasn't too bad. That was about 2 minutes, give or take. All right. That's a bet, man. All right. Cool. So, all right. Now that we're a little looser, a little more comfortable, man. Hey, Hamad, real quick. Who was your favorite player on Barca?
All-time favorite player is Lionel Messi, man. I can't go like that's it. He just made that team the team.
Okay. All right.
I would say Ronaldinho is after him, but Messi, he has his own space.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. As long as Ronaldinho is top 3 or 5, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because after that, you got Ronaldo the magician.
Oh, for sure. That's right.
Sit there, and then don't even forget my boy Thierry Henry.
Oh yeah, man. Yeah, those guys are definitely top 5. Yeah, top 5. That's right. Yeah.
Those are my guys, man. Hey, yes. That's why I've been a huge Barca fan over, I don't know, the past 3 decades, mainly because of them, man. So yeah. Yes. All right. That's a bet, man. That's a bet. All right. So let's get to it. All right, Hamad. So where did your origin begin in fragrances, man?
Sure. So it's all started when I was 12 or 13. My mom and dad both had a huge collection of fragrances. But back then it was mostly designer. I always remember the Gucci Pour Homme 2 that it got discontinued. That was like the first thing, and then Dior Fahrenheit, which was one of those two bottles that my dad was wearing a lot, and then of course you go to Chanel Blue, Coco Mademoiselle #5 that my mom was wearing. So that's how I started.
Okay. All right. All right.
Yeah.
That's a bit. So let me ask you this. All right.
Mhm.
What was your first fragrance that you actually wore and enjoyed?
Dior Fahrenheit.
You was walking around
Yeah,
there smelling like a leader. A leader.
yeah, I love that perfume.
That's a bad man. That
Yeah.
is a dude. That is an man. How old were you when you had that? When you were wearing that?
I think 12 or 14, 12 or 13, 14. Yeah.
You were in middle school age, smelling like a 50-year-old man.
Yeah, man. I mean, I'm originally Iranian Persian. Persians, that's how,
Okay.
you spray fragrances all the time. Even when you're a sleep 5-year-old kid, you spray it,
Yeah, I got you. I got you. All
Yeah.
right. That's a bit. That's a bit, man. That is a bit. All right. All right. All right. So, hey, so at what point did you realize this is what you wanted to do, man? You wanted to not just to get into perfumes, but possibly look into your own business and like having a real effect on the fragrance world.
Yep. I think always my dad was a businessman, and still he's a businessman to this day too. He's in and he was in fashion and I would say luxury goods. But when I moved here when I was 17, I went to business school. My whole dream was to become a businessman, start trading, and really my always the biggest dream was if I can make buy merchandise, send it to Korea, send it to all the countries, and start generating money. I love that. And then when I went to school, I was going to school here in New York City, and then I love perfumes, and I had a family member that he was in the business. He was dealing mostly with oils and candles, and then he introduced me to a couple of connections that I can buy products at wholesale, and then I started selling on Amazon, eBay, wherever I could, just online retail that nobody really believed in it, and everything kind of got started. And then I was buying Victoria's Secret body mist, lotion. There was a lot of deal with them, and I was sending it to different countries, and that's how the business started. And then the rest of it is
Is it?
just the story there, the history. Exactly.
Okay, all right, all right. That's a bit, man. So answer me this. So how did you come in contact with the idea or with the joining of Max Aroma? How did y'all put that together?
So Max Aroma is a family-owned business. So I started with my sister and brother-in-law. When we were selling online on the other platforms, we were as a third-party platforms that we were selling. We just didn't want to like the way they are treating us, and then we wanted to, build something for our own and see how that retail side of the business works. So we started the business. It was under a different name, Pear Aroma. Nobody could remember the name. So we were like, that's bad branding if people can pronounce it and if they can remember it. So then we bought Max Aroma, and it was about 2 years before COVID that we purchased that brand name. And we put all of our hearts, all of our efforts in it, partner up with so many content creators, start doing ads. But COVID changed the game for us as an online retailer.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
And so I know it changed the game, but tell us what happened. I mean, because everybody can assume, but how? And how big of an effect did it have? I'm sorry.
Yeah. So I would say the biggest effect was that, when we saw everything was going down, and this was the only way we could make money. And it was me, my brother-in-law, my sister, and that was the time that my sister also gave birth to my nephew. And then we were like, well, if there are no orders are coming from all these platforms, the only way we can make money, we can do it is like if we do it ourselves. So then, even though everything was shut down during that time, we were going into office every day. I was in the warehouse packing myself, receiving shipments, organizing the warehouse, going up there, doing the marketing, putting everything together. But then you know, we also realized that we have to get our story better. So that's the time that I came out myself. I put my face, you know, out there on Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, anywhere we could talk. So then, you know, I started introducing ourselves, and people started to connect with us. They believe what we do, and that kind of started to, you know, organically it started to go up and up and up, and then everything just happened. Yeah.
Man, that's great. That's great.
Yeah.
You know, and you know, it's funny because the reason why I asked about that was because, yeah, there is, and I felt susceptible to it too. There was a belief in a misguided understanding amongst a lot of people that thought that Max Aroma was owned by Max 40.
Max 40, that's right.
They kept seeing them in videos and stuff like that. So it was just like, oh, okay, it makes sense. Max 40, Max Aroma. Ah, yeah, okay, we'll just run with it. But then when I started looking at so many videos and I see you, I'll be like, that's not Max.
Yeah. Oh man, you know, I used to do customer service myself, and I would pick up the phone, and people are like, "Hey, can you pass it to Max?" I'm like, "Guys, Max is not here." You know, we work with Max, but Max is not here.
Yeah, man, I'm telling you, it's a common misconception in the community, and I, like I said, I felt susceptible to it too. I was duped into believing it on my own notion. All right. But yeah, no, that's that is definitely a misconception, man.
That's right.
So, yeah. So tell me this. So as the brand grew and whatnot, at what point did you decide that, you know what, I'm tired of being a third party vendor, or, you know, third party, and not only that, I don't want to be just a company that sells and whatnot. At what point did you, your sister, and your brother-in-law decide, you know what, we're handling all this fragrance, you know, we're talking about it, whatnot, we should do our own? When did that come about? When did that come about, building your own brand?
Yeah, that was, I would say, right around like a year after COVID, when we kind of figured out how to do, you know, what to do with Max Aroma, and partnerships got us stronger, our plan got us stronger. You know, we always had a vision to do it, but we didn't know how to do it. We actually tried, our first attempt was 7-8 years ago, even before Max Aroma, but then we got into it. We were like, we don't know what we're doing, so we stopped. But then we always wanted to have our, you know, we are Persians. We wanted to bring that Persian roots out and introduce it with fragrances and perfumes. And then we just didn't know how to do it. But then we, you know, I started to travel a lot, got to know a lot of people, got to know a lot of perfumers. And, you know, we made some good connections that we were ready to launch the vision or what we have, and just refine it, make it better, to get it to a point that we can have a branding, we can have a bottle design, we know what fragrances we want to launch, where we want to design it. So step by step.
Got you. Well, hey, perfect. And so this is where we're going to go ahead and connect into the segment of, hey, House of Dastan, man. All right. I have to say it out loud, you know, just to get it going in my mind. But all right. So at which point you decided to, so where did the name of House of Dastan come from?
Yeah, so House of Dastan is House of Stories. You know, where we grew up, my dad, he was a big storyteller. He loved poems. He was, you know, he was reading so many poems for us every week. On the weekend, he would sit all three of us. I have two sisters in a room every Friday, and just like, we would have like a 2-hour session with him, and he would go through like different stories, telling us all that stuff. And it was really a beautiful thing. I didn't really, you know, appreciate it that time, because I wanted to go out and start playing PlayStation, but he would force me to sit down and listen to this stuff. But now, you know, I kind of now understand how much beauty was in those stories. So, and it affected us, it affected my sisters, me, even like when we are doing things in life, automatically we make decisions based on the stories that he told us, or all those poems that he read for us. So we wanted to kind of bring that out, like for 10-15 years, all the stories that he told us, to bring it out into the bottles. And then with the flavors, my mom was also with fragrances that we talk about. I mean, we got to get to it later. It was my mom's kitchen and what she provided us and cooked for us every day. So how do we mix these two and with our Persian roots? So that's how the whole concept of the brand started, with the name of the fragrances, shape of the bottle, and of course the scents.
Okay. Yeah. And I mean, one could say, and you have a friendship with our guy Ralph on there. One could say that your father properly prepared you and groomed you into being good friends with him, because our guy Ralph, we got love for Ralph, but Ralph is a man of many stories.
Of course.
And we're not just talking about Sergio. For all those who have seen our interviews and our conversation, Ralph has a story, and it's one of the best things about him, though. It's one of the things that we love to talk to him about, because when you have the stories, you get a little more context, you get a little more understanding and whatnot. And it's really something to cherish, to have people in this space that know so many of the stories of how things were built, put together, because not only does it help you kind of maneuver your way through brands and your experiences with these brands and fragrances, but also for those who are looking to following your footsteps, perhaps create their own and whatnot, it gives them a little more understanding and a little more, how do you say, guidance into their journey on building something more than just an experience as well, Sure. So, but no, your dad telling you all them stories definitely groomed you to have a good relationship with him, man. I tell you what.
Yeah. Oh, for sure, man.
Ralph, you cannot be friends with Ralph if you cannot take a story, boy.
That's right. And one more thing that I wanted to add, actually, it's a crazy time with what's happening with Iran also. With Iranians and where we come from, there was always this bad perception because of all this government that they were in Iran, they were dictators. So, but Iranians, they're soft people. They're super. They're full of passion. They're poetic. There's a lot of love that we have. So we wanted to bring that out and modernize it and introduce it to Americans and the USA and maybe everywhere else around the world. So this was our way of doing it. So to do it,
love it, man, love it, love it. So definitely look, man. I'll tell you what. Real quick, we're gonna go through all the fragrances, because shout out to you and the team at Max Aroma and whatnot for sending out the 10 mils and everything that I've got, and of course the beautiful recently released Unseen, man. I won't lie to you, man. Let me go ahead and cut and segue to this. It was my scent of the day on purpose, y'all. When I tell you, shout out to my girl Jay Chantel. She does body oils and whatnot, and she has this one body oil called Amber Vanilla, right? It has vanilla blossom, amber, vetiver, and sandalwood. I put that on and applied Unseen. And oh my gosh, between the sweet, soft nature, yet very, very noticeable. It left a hell of a sillage. That Unseen is good. But when you get that fig, that tonka bean, then of course I think you have like a velvet note that really goes well with the sandalwood in here. It's overall creamy, not to mention the milk that gives it that milky flow. And then I got the sandalwood in here that gives it a little density as well. When I tell you I was in the warehouse today, and man, this stuff was booming off my skin. Both of them. And I don't have to keep saying it, but some of us like getting compliments. And I'm gonna be honest with you. I got several today. All right. I got several today. And it made my day. All right. It ain't for everybody, but hey, I'm gonna tell you, it was for me today. All right. And man, it's a beautiful fragrance. But I tell you what, since we're already on the topic of the House of Dastan and everything, let's talk about it. So this is the recent release of House of Dastan. All right. And this is Unseen. For those who can't really tell, all right, it has for the most part, clear, yet a tone of yellow juice in here. All right. This is the bottle. Nice little presentation. First and foremost, tell me about the bottle design. Why this?
So the bottle design this is actually inspired by Persian architecture. So, and this goes back to 3,500 years ago, where they built all the buildings with these geometric shapes. And there's a lot of glass work. There's a lot of tiles that comes through it, and it goes through thousands and thousands of years. So the only way that we could bring it in was, we really went through maybe a year of challenging to bring this bottle together and customize it. And and then that kind of what we wanted to do in the beginning. We wanted to put a glass top as a cap here, but then we went through a lot of challenges. We couldn't figure it out in the beginning, but now I think the next phase that comes out, you'll see it more. So the whole bottle would be the glass work that Persians work on it. And that was just to, truly based on the Persian architectures.
All right, that's a bet, man. This is truly nice. Now, I mean, and it's nothing to run from, but yes, definitely plus cap, but it still goes along with the design and everything still fits perfectly. But that bottle, holding the bottle in hand, it being glass and whatnot, I mean, it is something to appreciate. So tell me this, the juice, all right, unseen. Go ahead and lay the story on us, man.
Sure. So unseen for me, first of all, we wanted to always. So this comes from my personal story that whenever I was going to these very high-end boutiques, that there was this sense in the air that was very welcoming. And when you were sitting down by a fire, get a glass of wine, and just sitting down with your friends, and you can speak hours and hours, and you don't want to leave. So, and then I wanted to bring that experience to this bottle. That when you spray it, you feel that way. You want people to come close to you and not let you go. And musk is one of those notes that brings it together. Sandalwood is one of them too, but it has to be clean and also last long. With musk, the challenge with it is that you can increase the concentration. It doesn't smell good, but if you reduce it also, it doesn't last long. So we went through maybe about 30 or 40 mods to just get this, concentration and blend right. And then when it came out, it's exactly what I wanted to get from this set. It's not loud, and it's not supposed to be loud, but when it hits right, it's just beautiful.
Definitely. And the beautiful thing about it is, for those who don't know, the notes in it are linnet, tonka, fig nectar, vanilla, milk, musk, cashmere wood, sandalwood, patchouli, cedar, ambergris, and moss. And I think the lightest fragrance in here will probably end up being either patchouli or tonka bean, mainly because of its nature, right? And
right.
It's crazy because when I smell this, man, you say it's not supposed to scream off skin. I get that, but it lays on thick, right?
That's right.
And
yeah.
all these notes, like you didn't just do a note of fig, you did fig nectar, which is almost like a honey feel, like in texture. So I can only imagine that a lot of these, when you feel the texture of, they are more dense. Milk is more dense than water, or juice. You've got the musk. I mean, it's all adding into the factors of the musk. When you pour all this denseness into a musk, you're trying to get it to last. I mean, it was a hell of a combination. Smart blend. You can kind of see it chemically, scientifically. It makes sense when you look at the natures of these notes. But man, look, this thing is beautiful off skin, man. This thing is beautiful. It is hella unisex, but when you say yes, it is definitely one that whoever is going to come around, they're going to want to stick around. You know what I'm saying? That warm embrace is going to take a few seconds, trust.
That's right. Yeah, and also, like, we worked with Richard Herpon, so I wanted to when I was talking to him, we wanted to bring something new, like a new technique that we can bring in perfumery. And he said, there's this technique of monolithic perfumery, which is you focus on 4 or 5 ingredients in the fragrance. It's not that fragrance pyramid anymore. It doesn't apply as much. It's that you focus on that 5, and all the other ingredients around it dance with it. So in the 5-6 hours that you wear, you always feel that you smell that 4 or 5 main ingredients, and everything else comes and goes. And we try to achieve that with every single bottle that we created so far.
Right. And let me say this, because my guy Walt is right. You know, the projection is mid. When we say projection, though, and we say mid because it varies at a certain distance. It's not one that's going to scream off, like you said. It's not going to scream off with the aldehydic notes or the ones that boom off of skin, like some of the renditions and whatnot out there. But the thing about it is that it's not a fragrance. When you smell it, you'll know. It's not a fragrance to project. This is a coming close. And this is part of the reason why I like it. I love date night close encounter fragrances. You know what I'm saying? I think there's more quality in the sillage of this than there is in it screaming off to someone. This is one that when you walk by a fan, it's going to blow it about a good 3 or 4 feet away. Maybe even more, depending. I don't know for a fact, but I know that I probably got a compliment because someone said, "What are you wearing?" You know, and I had it on my jacket. All right. Someone asked me, "What are you wearing?" And they were literally a good 4 or 5 feet away across the belt. All right. And so this is one where, like I said, not going to project, but the sillage.
Oh, the sillage, yeah.
It is crazy. And I'm telling you, any hug, close encounter, compliment, it is going to draw them in.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. That's right. That was the whole point. That was the whole, that was my, target market that I wanted to get at and really bring people in, not to be loud, because we have a lot of beast fragrances. There's a beast perfume market there, but this is personal, and we wanted to make that in this one scene.
Well, yeah, you did that. Hell of a job. Right. I won't lie to you. But, I mean, you've got several notes in here that fit that description. You know what I'm saying? The fig nectar. Mm-hmm. All right. Sensual. You got very sensual notes. You know what I'm saying? Fig nectar, sandalwood, tonka bean. Even when it's powdery, it's still a sensual note. Right. Of course, the ambergris, gives, I think it helps with the down to earth, that some of that woody, earthy presence. Because some ambergris can come off kind of sweet, but this one, it's not oudish, but it is earthy, And I know ambergris can go from sweet to very fecal, depending. Right. So yeah, between that, the Moss, I mean, this is like I said, I'm not gonna go up here. I'm not gonna completely shield. All right. But I am going to go ahead and sing praise for what it is, what it provides. It's a great fragrance, man. I won't lie. And here's the thing, I'll be honest with you. I had plenty of opportunity last year to get Game of Joy. Now, I've got a couple of watermelon fragrances, and I got a spray one time. And it was, at the time, I think I was just kind of, how you go in and you're like, I was at that point where it was like, I'm not gonna blow this up. Everybody's talking about this and that. It's like, it's okay. It's good. So in my mind, I was like, but man, I ain't gonna lie. We gonna get to that in a second. All right. But yes, this is good. All right. Unseen. If you have not seen it, make sure you get your eyes and your nose on it. All right. Again, the beautiful thing about the House of Dastan on Max Aroma is, first of all, I mean, I don't condone blind buying, but if you did, I would understand. Okay. If you know what I like and you like what I like, 100 mil might be in your future. But let me just go ahead and give this one. All right. And this will be the next one that we talk about. But if you go to Max Aroma, and I'll have links in the description after this when I put the details in the description and in the caption on YouTube. But if you go to Max Aroma, they do sell 10 mLs. And they got a great presentation. First and foremost, let me go ahead and show you the presentation for the 100 ml bottle. Okay. First and foremost, you get this. All right. Secondly, it comes in this bottle, which is great presentation. I'm sorry. Look, you look at that. All right. We don't really care about boxes around here. You know what I'm saying? But for those who happen to care, of course, the box has the same style, but you pull it out and this is what you get. All right. Nice green coating. Got the little reflection here. You know what I'm saying? House of Dastan. Even though it says unseen, just know that you are seen. All right. And man, hey, nice little display. And for those who are, you got small fingers, small hands and whatnot, has a little tie at the bottom so you can pull and pop it out. You see? Hey, They thought of you when they made this. All right, they thought of you when they put this together for sure. All
That's right.
right.
That's right. Details, man. Details
Yeah,
matter.
man,
That's right. Yeah.
they matter. It's the
That's right.
small things that make the biggest
Yeah.
misses. So when you pay attention to the small things, it helps you down the road so much. So yeah, but like I was saying, they got tinted males. All right, they come in a similar box. All right, you don't get the reflection, so you can't see yourself in it, but you do get that little shiny
That's right.
description. Game of Joy. All right, comes in the box, and then it comes like that with another pulley. For those of you with the small fingertips, you can pull it out. But let this segue into the next fragrance. All right. Now, this was one of the biggest ones that was talked about. I want to say last year or slightly the year before that. Made some waves, especially in our cul-de-sac. All right. In our little corner of the community, I saw a lot of people talking about this. I think this was the first fragrance that really put it on the map nationwide. I'd say
That's
nationwide,
right.
what I knew.
Yeah.
Talk about it. What's the story behind Game of Joy, man?
So yes, so Game of Joy. This goes back to really our childhood. There's this tradition in Persian families. Every time it gets to summertime, we don't really eat a lot of heavy lunch. Our lunch is watermelon, bread, cheese, and fruit. And then it gets served with tea, and then that's how we have a lot of times. We're sitting outside, and this would be our afternoon and lunchtime. So we wanted to bring that experience. It's always a happy experience. We were always smiling. I don't remember one time that in summertime when we had this, we were sitting down, we had a bad time there. The music was on, we were dancing. It was just a beautiful, beautiful time. So we wanted to bring all that experience, all those notes into a fragrance, but then not too much of like watermelon, not too much of passion fruit, but make it wearable, make it happy. So then that's why, when I was talking to Richard about it, we added some Timor pepper, we added some incense into it. And then it just made this fragrance such a happy place that every time I'm outside, even at the shows, and everyone, they spray it. As soon as they spray, they smile. I'm like, I don't need to even talk about this anymore because you're smiling. So it's taking you to a good place. And that was the four main keynotes: that passion fruit, Timor pepper, watermelon, and mango that started this fragrance. And then we work on everything else around it to make this wearable, make this have a great longevity, have a great sillage. This one is have all of it together, from longevity, sillage, from even what do you call it? I lost the word. But yeah,
You said from sillage and projection,
longevity. Yeah, so
longevity,
it's kind of have it all. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. No, for sure. We got some Game of Joy appreciators in the chat for sure, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry. I saw one of our constituents. All right, and he was like, "Look, dang presentation." But yeah, man. But no. Hey, look, I got to get this. Look, I wanted to hold off before I put this on skin because I haven't had it on skin for over a year. Man, and everybody's like, "Oh, it's got to be one of the next ones you get, Jims. You got to get it for summer." Blah blah blah. All right, let's see. Off top, oh man, off top. Of course, you get that. You get that watermelon. You get the mango. I mean, you don't even have to smell it. You get that fruity blend. All right. Now there's a ripeness, almost like a tartness in here, and I want to say, I know which fruit it was. I looked at it. I'll pull passion fruit.
Passion fruit. That's right.
Yes, because it's that same ripeness, kind of tartness that you get in Icon. Shout out to Mo and Kajal, all right. But yep, this is nice, man. Now here's the thing: you get a fruity blend, but you're not going to distinctively recognize all the notes, which is a good thing. But it's funny though, for those who spend time with it, for the 4 fruit notes that you put in here, I think you might actually be able to kind of see how they blend together because you've got mango, passion fruit, watermelon, and pear. All right, you get the watermelon. Watermelon is, I mean, you don't have to talk about that too much. If you smell fruit, you smell fruit. You know watermelon. All right, the mango. They killed us with mango last year. All right. If you don't
That's
know
right.
mango, where were you? Okay. You
Yeah.
know, mango and passion fruit, they killed us. They beat us over the head for the past 12 months over mango and passion fruit. But the thing that I like about this is the pear. So it gives it that sweetness. It brings out more of the fruitiness. It takes away from the tart. But it's almost like I like to say this in the yin and yang. You get tart, but you get sweet. You get fruity, but you get ripe. And you get freshness in here as well. And it's just like a push and pull type thing in the opening. But it is good.
Yeah. And you know, and again, just not to make it too fruity, too sweet, we wanted to balance it out with a little bit of peppery, woody notes. You know, that's why, you know, we added sandalwood. There is incense in there, even though the incense was in the beginning so strong. So we had to keep adding more fruity notes in it to just, but then
Okay.
the incense helps the fragrance to last long, to project. Yeah, it's just that notes kind of started to really blend in better together.
Yeah, and I'm looking at the notes and whatnot. I'm sure that that some of these have a bigger effect on the dry down once the fruity opening kind of dies down,
Mhm.
dissipates and whatnot. But I gotta ask, man. So in the dry down, now you said what you wanted to, but in the dry down, what are what was the point in doing the dry down as it is? Because I see cypriol, which can kind of have a earthy, woody kind of feel at times or whatnot, and sometimes I think cypriol they use it for what yoga. So it's like
Yeah.
it's that ethereal feel, ethereal. I guess ethereal
Mhm.
feel. But yeah, so what? I know you didn't want it to be too fruity, too long, but what were you looking for with those dry down accords?
So the dry down accords is it's mostly to so for us, you know, we wanted to keep the happiness, the energy of the fragrance until the very last moment that it's on your skin.
Mhm.
But uh, you know, I also didn't want, because sometimes when it's too fruity, too sweet, people it's kind of off-putting and people get a headache. They don't want to always have that under skin. So that's why we added those notes as it dries down. Even though when it dries down after 6-7 hours, you still can smell the watermelon. You still can smell the passion fruit, but it's not as harsh as the opening, but it still stays on your skin. It's become a skin scent, but in a very subtle, beautiful way. So
Okay.
that was
Yeah.
the whole point, you know, whole point behind using those notes and ingredients. But
Okay. Okay. Okay.
yeah,
That is yeah. That's a good explanation. Hey, and it definitely hits on there. Um, from what I can remember, it was one of the reasons why I wasn't as appreciative at the time because on the dry down, I thought it was interesting. I thought it gave it a twist and it made it more of a fragrance because it did take away from its simple dissipation into whatever was in the undertone. But yeah, man, no, that explains a lot, especially when you're using the cardamom and the timor. You know what I'm
mhm,
saying? Definitely when you're looking for something a little spicy and whatnot. So that's good. Okay.
yeah. And also, you know, the reality is these fragrances, because there's a lot of oils in it that are natural. We use a lot of, you know, it definitely is on everyone's skin. It you know, it performs differently on clothes. Gonna smell, you know, it performs differently. So I don't know like how it smells like on everyone. This is mostly my personal experience with the fragrance. But that was the point. You know, that was really how we started, you know, building this fragrance and getting it to this point that where it is now.
Okay. All right. That's a
Yeah.
bet, man. Yeah. All right. Well, hey, there you go, y'all. If you're looking for something during the summer, I'll be honest with you. And these are priced at a really affordable price, honestly. You know what I'm saying? Not to mention you go on Max Roma, they've always got discounts. They've got stuff on there, but Go out there, check it out. If you see it at a good price for you, because we don't judge anybody's pockets, but if you see it at a good price for you, which I'm sure you will find, all right. Hey, gotta get this. Gotta get this, man. This is definitely gonna be something to wear. This is beach party ready. This is what we say. I'm a little older now. You know what I'm saying? I'm a
Mhm.
little more little aged, I guess. But this right here is Sunday Fun Day ready, man. You know what I'm saying? Check
This
this
is
out.
pina colada on the beach, man. It's just yeah,
Tropical vibe. You know what I'm saying?
that's right.
You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Sunday, hey, Sunday. What was it? There's a place down here that we typically go to watch the football game, watch the Cowboys get punished. Unfortunately, you know what I mean. And it's outdoors, so you go out there. You got drinks. You got a bunch of people around. This right here will turn heads for sure.
Mhm.
Now, unlike the other one, this does project. All right.
Yeah.
Now, is it a
Yeah.
beast mode? No, but does it screen? Does it yell off skin? Yes.
Yes.
This right here is going to get someone's attention. All right.
Mhm.
Siage is definitely a monster. All right. But this right here, hey, I'm gonna tell you like this. All right. Old girl that's sitting next to you, she gonna turn around and see who is that smelling.
Yeah. Yeah.
This right here is gonna grab some attention from a lot of people. Hell, don't be surprised if some dudes come over and say, "Man, what you wearing?" Hey, it's how it is nowadays.
That's
You know
right.
what I'm saying?
That's right. Yeah, man.
But Game of Joy, y'all, definitely a summer banger. All right, man, and it's light, y'all. It's not heavy. It's very aromatic, y'all. Game of Joy, y'all. Game of Joy. Just go get your nose on it. All right.
For sure,
All
man.
right, man. We'll do
Yeah.
one more before we cut out, and
Sounds good.
I have a few more questions for you. All right, but this next one, man, is you. Now, this is one
Mhm.
that I don't hear a lot of people talking about. All right, I've heard some mentions, of course, if they share your page and whatnot. But as far as like purchases and posting the bottle and giving their full review and whatnot, you don't see a lot of people talking about this. Tell us about you, okay?
Yeah. You is definitely the most challenging one for a couple of reasons. It's I would say it's the more controversial one because it's really for you. If it doesn't work on your skin, it's not for you. So I have 50% of people that when they smell it, they love it, or the other 15 they just hate it. So and it's because there's a couple of notes that is in this fragrance. First of all, it's milky notes or the lactonic notes is not really always people's cup of tea. So you really have to like that. Second, there's a jasmine note in this fragrance that is one of the most expensive jasmines in the world. And the reason for it is that they have to harvest the jasmine at 7 o'clock in the morning, and they have 4 hours to treat it. Otherwise, it gets too animalic and it's not the same anymore. So when we mix these two together, and of course the fig that's in the top note and the sandalwood, you have to wear this fragrance to see if it's is workable on your skin. And if it doesn't work, it just gets too lactonic. The jasmine pops up. People don't like the jasmine that much and the fig notes. But for me, it has a special place in my heart. I usually wear this fragrance during spring and summertime.
Okay.
But yeah, that's why the U is for with a question mark.
That you, huh? Like
Yeah,
like
that's
Miami,
right.
the you, the
The U,
hurricane?
exactly.
Or
That's
is it
right.
like that Soldier Boy? You, hey.
You, yeah.
But here we go, y'all. That 10
Yeah.
mil. Hey, these decants are nice. And the sprayer, for those who want to know, look, on screen.
Yeah.
Shout out to Dedrick Hicks, man. Hey, this is good. Hey, wait a second. Whew. I think I got something in my mouth. Yikes. But wait. So I'm starting to see something here, all right? I'm starting to see something here, all right? What is it with you, pear and fig, all right?
There is something about those notes that make this was our first collection. So this is our soul collection. So it's all about, we didn't want to get too loud. We wanted to create everything that is easier to accept and is as wearable. So those two notes always, when we use it in every fragrance, make it super wearable, super easy to wear, and approachable. And that was the whole plan in the beginning, to create the first six that we released. They're all approachable. They're all super easy to wear. And it makes you happy. They're happy notes.
Oh my gosh. This has a nostalgic feel for me though, Hamad.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's sweet, but it reminds me of, and don't get me to telling, I don't know a lie. I'm not gonna lie, but it reminds me of a lot of people have scent memories, and this smells like family reunion. All right, because we do a family reunion every 2 years, okay? And typically we have a dinner. Now I have some aunts that passed, all right, some grand aunts, and this reminds me of my aunt Irene for some reason, man.
Mm-hmm.
She passed. She was out there in Chicago,
Wow.
but
Yeah, man.
it gives me that feel, and it feels somewhat like a older style fragrance.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it may be because of the Lang Lang and Freesia. It gives it a floral twist that's not bright and bubbly. It gives it more, I don't want to say melancholic because it's not depressing or anything, but it gives it something that's just more toned down, more chill and whatnot. Something that I would see. It's a floral blend that I think I smell in more older women's perfumes, but along with this pear and fig, and then of course the thickness from the milk and the sandalwood, it gives it a little upbeat. But man, this thing, yeah, for a second.
I mean, the floral notes is definitely the jasmine. Jasmine, is one of those notes that you smell that in a lot of old school fragrances for women. So, but we try to modernize it. Jasmine also has a special place in our heart every year in our New Year's in March, which is first day of the spring. We fill the house with jasmine flowers. So how to make that unisex, how to make that wearable. So that was kind of our approach to this.
This is good, man. Like, dude, man, I'm having a moment. Like, seriously, man, and like immediately I thought of my aunt Irene for some reason, and a song came to head. We're gonna get to the scents and sounds part, but a song came to head, man, and good God, man. It goes with it's so perfect. Now, do you listen to rap? Do you listen to hip hop?
I listen to it. Yeah, man. Yeah.
Okay. You ever heard of an artist called Big Crit? Big Krit?
No, I'm not sure. Maybe I listened to him. I mean the tracks, but I don't really know him associated with a name.
Okay, I'm about to play some for you, and it's funny because this is the song that it reminds me of. All right, I'm gonna just play it for a little bit. All right, this is crazy, man. This is crazy. Just for you, you must stop playing hard, get hard. Just for you, you might give up all the nonsense. Just for you, you might let to meet my mama too. Different flavors. Got my Cadillac soul, no more swinging in the road. Try to speed limit waiting at the neighbors. I went and called my player partners, no more hollering at the toppers. If they pop it, I can't hang around. We take a picture, IG and Facebook, and I tweet it just to show them what it's down. Just for you. And so on that chorus, when he says that, just for you,
yeah, exactly.
It came to mind. I was just like, dude, and like hearing that song, man, it's, and then thinking about that, dude. This is so many connection points with this fragrance, and man, like for real, man, I almost teared up a little bit, man. I love my aunt. I love my aunt Irene, man.
Yeah,
she was
God bless her, man. Yeah,
and yeah. Yeah. So yeah, okay. We're gonna move on, man. We're gonna move on. I had a little moment, but yeah, that is you, y'all. That is you. And man, it's good. It
Yeah,
is
yeah,
good, man. But like I said, if you're looking for something that has a somewhat sweet, fruity, kind of thick, dense opening, but has a beautiful accord, it's an older floral accord. But when I say older, I mean it's an accord that you will find, like we said, in more nostalgic fragrances and whatnot. But the way it's blended in here with that woody, earthy dry down, it's really good. And I'm gonna tell you this, I will give you a pat on the back and a hand applaud for what you did with the notes of Lang Lang and Frisia, because those are two notes that I can't stand. Like when they're dominant and I can't stand. Frisia, I do not like it.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
And
Mhm.
and I'm gonna tell you this: it's not talked about much. Like hey, Otto said, my boy Operation Take Over. Much like Crit, this fragrance is definitely overrated, underrated. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Honestly, this is actually pretty good. Not like you said, it's not for everybody. Shout out to my guy Walt. You know, I understand why you wouldn't like it, but for those that do, man, I'm telling you, this is pretty good. This is not an everyday reach for me. I like it. I think this 10 mil is enough for me because of when I would wear it.
Mhm.
But man, I'm telling you, it's it's
Yeah.
it's it's a good blend, man. It's a good blend. It really is. It's a well put together fragrance, man, for real.
Perfect, man. I'm glad. Yeah, thank you, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Man, it gave me a memory. I appreciate you, man. This thing took
sure.
me back for a minute. Not to
Yeah.
mention the song. I love the song, but whew, yeah. Yeah. All right, man. So we gotten rid of three of them. All right, we talked about three of them, and we're gonna move
Mhm.
around. Let me ask you. Let me get to another part of this, man. So look, when you started coming up with these fragrances, and you started determining, was there an evolution into how you wanted the fragrances of the brand to appear? I guess you would say, because typically you came out with what Game of Joy and what other one first?
We came out with Game of Joy, You, Light Breeze, and Five Senses. And on scene at Scent Explore, we were testing. We were just,
Right.
collecting feedback from people out there. Yeah,
All right, all right, all right.
yeah.
Was that purposeful and how you brought them out? Did you like when I talk to some people and they have a specific plan for releases or what type of fragrances they're going to create and
Mhm.
release. And so, I smell these and it's very fruity, um, very soft, very tantric in a sense, fragrances and whatnot. But, I ask and I say, like, is there one that some people are like, well, I'm gonna go ahead and push a mass appealing, and then I'm gonna push something that's gourmand, and I'm gonna do that.
Mhm.
Is there a strategy behind your releases? I guess that's what I'm looking for.
Oh yeah, yeah. So we know like there are seven main fragrance families out there. So we have those fragrance families, as a strategy on top, and then we go one by one. What do we need to make in this fragrance family? This, and then when you narrow it down, then every one of them also branch with different type of ingredients, different type of blends, and you just go down like that. But how we started the whole approach was because of having Max Aroma. I already had a lot of I was kind of also blessed with that. We our research has started with inviting our customers to Max Aroma offices. We
Yeah,
went, I was showing all these fragrances with them. We shared about with 500 of those guys that they're part of this development. And then that's how was the back and forth. We had a vision of what we want to create, but bringing those guys in and sharing feedback with them to finalize a note was a very interesting chapter of this making these fragrances.
got you. Let me say this too. I was upset with y'all. No, I'm gonna correct that. I was pissed.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
I went down to New York last
Mhm.
year. All right, to go see my guy who plays for St. John's. All right, one of the kids I trained in high school. So I went down there. I got to meet up with Unaverage Joe. All right, and And I remembered I was messaging y'all, and finally y'all hit me back. Y'all were like, "Yeah, man, hey, I was like, hey, I'm gonna be in town this weekend." She was like, "Okay, cool, you let us know." And I was like, "Okay, cool." I hit her. I hit whoever was in your IG checking the messages, right? And I was like, "Yeah, hey, I'm in town. It's Friday. I'm free. I'm gonna come up there." And they were like, "Yeah, we'd love to have you. Yeah, just let us know what time is good. Here's our availability from Tuesday or Wednesday." When I was like, "Wait, what?"
Yeah.
I'm here for the weekend. Like, y'all are open. Like, "Oh, no, we're not open during on the weekend. We only have a." I was like, "What the hell?"
That's
And,
right.
and the funny thing was, I woke up that morning and I looked up your address, or I had to find it. I had to Google and search. Man, I went all the way over there and was walking around and whatnot because I was staying in Manhattan. I was staying over there at the Marriott at Town Square, or at Times Square. And when I tell you, I took that trip and started walking, and then I got that message once I pulled up to the building, and they were like, "Oh yeah, no, we're not there on the weekend, but we have open visitation time." I was like, "Yo, what the heck, man?" I was like, I know I did not get lost for about 2 hours, 2 to 3 hours.
Oh man, yeah, yeah, yeah.
That was
Because that place is like a warehouse office, but we're opening our first boutique, so now it's 7 days a week. So anytime you come, man, we definitely would love to have you.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely next time, man.
yeah,
When we go back for Set Explore, I'm gonna be there the week before, or the night before the event begins. So, maybe we'll touch base on that day or whatnot.
yeah, for sure.
But yeah,
And
but
also, before, like, I know we want to, like, before we go, I just wanted to also mention the new fragrance, which is a limited edition bottle. I don't know if you got to try this one at Scent Explorer. This is our first approach to oud, 12 faces.
I
So,
did. Oh, that was the one I told you
yeah.
I gotta get a bottle because you sprayed it on me, Walt, and Charm City. All right. When we were up there talking to you at the stand. And that was one of the first ones I was like, ooh. I was like, oh
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
No, this was, we only produced 75 because this is only limited to 1,000 bottles because we can really get the ingredient, the oud that we are putting in this fragrance, we can really get about 1,000 bottles right now. So we produced 75 of them for Scent Explorer to test it, and it got sold out, and people loved it. So we were like, let's just produce the rest. And I didn't have it to send it to you. We just got it today, and we're numbering it by hand now. So I'll ship you a bottle for sure. This is one of my favorite ouds that I ever smelled, to be honest.
Hey, look, I will definitely appreciate it because I was about to hit you like this. When I get paid, I was going to hit you with that.
Yeah, that's right. No, man, I'll take care of this. Yeah.
I was going to hit you with that meme, boy, because I was like, hey, look, y'all, the way it was blended, and I don't even have a distinct memory, but even when I reached out to you, remember that was the first picture. I took a picture of it. And I was like, got to review this, all right? Because it was that good. It was smooth. It wasn't, a lot of people hear the word oud and they think, oh, it's got to be, as we joke around, it's got to be like beaver booty. Because we got a friend, in the cul-de-sac guy, and he loves ouds of all nature, right? And he had one that he posted on IG, and he was talking about how it had beaver's ass oud or something like that. I was just like, but this was one of the smoothest blends of soft yet woody, noticeable oud that I smelt in a while. I think it was at a spicy nature to it. We're gonna talk. I think wait, no, I got 5 senses. Okay, yeah. No, we'll talk about it when I get it. We're definitely going to talk about it because I can't remember exactly, but I thought I remember that it had a slight spice to it. But the oud was so well blended and whatnot. It was it was good, y'all. It was good.
Yeah.
I mean, you were onto something with that one. That's what I'm definitely going to talk about that. That was really good. But I tell you what, thus far, I have Love Flame, Light Breeze, and 5 Senses. And since I've seen Mitra K and so many other people talk about Love Flame, in the chat. I think even Erica was in here earlier, and she
Oh
talked
yeah,
about
she
it.
loved that. She loved that
Yes,
bottle actually.
we're
Yeah.
gonna review that next, okay? But real quick, let me go ahead and get to a couple of the questions. All right. So my guy Walt, we're gonna save that one. He wanted, just so you know, we'll get to it at the end. How many releases are we expecting this year? We'll talk about that. My guy Rav said about the debunking the Max 40 on and Max Aroma.
Yeah.
All right. And then, of course, my guy Esteban, who recently asked this, he said, how did you go about finding a perfumer for your brand? Or, like, do you employ a company or do you get specific perfumers? What's going on?
No, so this actually happened very. I don't know if you guys know. Joe sent me on Instagram.
Yeah.
So Joe, he connected me to Richard Herpon, who has the brand Precious Liquid, and then he wanted Max Aroma to carry the brand. So I started talking to him. He's a perfumer. He said he's behind Tom Ford Oud Wood, like a lot of Amouage fragrances. So he's such a nice guy. And then we started talking. He's just such a cool gentleman to talk to, very easygoing, and he has great ideas. And we just work with him directly. There's no company or anything. He's our perfumer at this time, and just he's more of a mentor to me too. He's been teaching me a lot about perfumery, how to do stuff. So, no, not Joe sent me. Richard Herpin. Joe connected me to Richard. Yeah.
Oh, okay, yes. And I see he's the one that's responsible for you. Just for you.
That's right. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, man. Hey, that's what's up. All right.
Yeah,
man. Hey, tell him, man, I'm gonna reach out to him because I love to talk to the perfumers to see how they, man, that's such a beautiful conversation. But let's go ahead and get to it. All right. So we asked that. All right. So my first three, Walt, I'm gonna get to you after this, but Love Flame, y'all. Again, the 10 milli, 10 milli, 10 milli, 10 milli, 10 milli, 10 milli, 10 milli. Hey, got the Love Flame. All right.
That's right.
Go ahead and pull it out. It's glass, so it's good. All right. It's glass. It was hurt by my keyboard. Okay. All right. Of course, still got that House of Dastan on the top. All right. And you can't, but let's go ahead again. Every time I do this, I got to shout out to my guy, Dedrick L. Hicks on screen.
That's right.
That's a really good atomizer. That really is. All right. So Love Flame. Man, this stuff is so, boy, that spray is something else, boy. Every time I get a little bit in my mouth. But it's a good strain, man. It's a good strain. Yeah. All right. So tell us about Love Flame, man. What was this?
So Love Flame, the story behind it is, this goes back to really my teenage years, where I fell in love with, when I started my fragrance journey, and then I started to smelling Dior Homme Intense, which had those iris notes in it that I really, really loved. So I wanted to bring it back. But put that experience on steroids. So what we did, I'm also a big fan of a little bit of gourmand notes, of course, the chocolate, beans, vanilla, amber, and then to just make this project to have a good trail and longevity. So I started talking to Richard about this, and we really work on it. This was the first fragrance that when we were doing those sit downs with the customers, with that group sessions to confirm. This was the first one that got confirmed. I got I think 8.9 ratings and we confirmed it. We all loved it, and I was wearing it for a year. This was the first one that we confirmed, and I was wearing it for a year, just going out to parties and everyone was giving me compliment, and I really loved it, and it just worked out. It has that boozy, intense, little bit of a chocolate iris notes in it. It's powdery, but it's it's great.
Yes, I'm gonna tell you this, man. I'm gonna tell you this. All right, you definitely get that opening feel from Dior Homme Intense. You get the iris blend.
Mm-hmm.
with that kind of irisy leather feel to it that you would in that and in the parfum. I think it wears like the parfum more so, but that with that chocolate accord and the slight citrus in here, with that iris blend, it definitely gives you a combination of the two. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Because typically the parfum is a little heavier, so you get that heavy blend in here, but at the same time you get that gourmandish feel with the chocolate in here from the intense. But this is good.
Yeah.
Oh, this is really good. So so we understand the inspiration and whatnot, man. And I'm gonna be honest, we talk about it all. There are gonna be people up here that say, "Oh yeah, yeah, this is just a rendition of Dior Homme Intense and
Mhm.
whatnot." Uh, to those people, I have my own statement that I'm gonna say, but what would you say? I'm curious. To those people that are just gonna write off like, "Ah, this is just a clone, a rendition of Dior
Mhm.
Homme Intense or Parfum or whatever."
Well, interestingly enough, that even if you read the reviews on the website or Fragrantica, a lot of people, nobody says that it's a cologne of it. They said that it reminds them of Dior Homme, which I'm not hiding. It is my person. This is where I got the inspiration from. But they always say it's different. It's better for me. It lasts longer. It's a whole different thing. So it's the iris note. Dior Homme Intense, I think, was the first fragrance that put an iris note in the fragrance out there for men,
Okay.
and you can't avoid that. Anything that comes out that have this type of irisy powdery note, people are always going to connect it to Dior Homme. But we had our own approach to it. So far, again, like, even if people say, I haven't heard anyone tell me that it's a cologne of Dior Homme. They say it smells or remind of Dior Homme, but they never say you cologne it or anything like that. It's just a different story, different fragrance.
Okay, that's a bit, man.
Yeah,
No, this is
yeah.
good. This is good, and I can only imagine. I want to see what the dry down feels like.
Mhm.
I'm definitely gonna talk about this and come back to the dry down. But
Yeah,
opening wise,
interestingly, with the dry down, you actually, the iris note starts to kind of settling down, and then you start getting more of that chocolate bean. You get that vanilla. You get a little bit more amber. So the iris is not as powerful in the beginning.
okay, all right,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. No, this is definitely good, man. I think anybody that likes that, this, Dior Homme and Dior Homme Intense are definitely a designer feel, and this is a very similar style of iris usage in here, but as it's starting to dry down and you're starting to get a little bit more of the makeup of the fragrance, you don't get that. And with all due respect, you don't get the designer feel from it. And having a designer feel is not a negative thing, because I tell you what, when I dress up and whatnot, when I put on a suit or when I'm trying to go out, step out around people, dressed to impress and whatnot, I tend to reach for designers,
Mhm.
because I don't want to just smell good. I want to smell good to a point where those I'm around are impressed by the way I smell.
That's right.
And and to be honest with you, whether people like it or not, no one does that better than designers. I'm
Mhm.
sorry. No one
That's
does that
true.
better than designers. There are niche fragrances that grab people's attention, but as a mass, as a whole, designers, when they make something mass appealing, they grab a lot of people's attention with their designs. So, so this is good though. A designer opening, so it's going to get your attention most definitely, but then that dry down takes in a different nature. Yeah, I like this.
Yeah.
I like this,
No,
man.
that's good. That's good, man. Yeah.
Yeah, all right, all right. So there you go, Love Flame, y'all. Get your nose on it. I see
Yeah.
why Mitra in the chat likes it. I see why Erica like it. Yeah, this is very nice. This is very nice. If you like we said, Parfum Intense, get your nose on this, man. Especially if you like Parfum, because it's discontinued out here. You have to order it
No.
overseas, or you have to get
Mhm.
it. And I know it's going to be about anywhere from 200 to 250. I'm not going to say you don't need it, because I got it.
That's right.
Hey, Love Flame will do the job. It'll get you the job. You know what I'm saying? Get the job done. So
That's
All
right.
right. So yeah. So all right. So love flame. All right. We got two more, Hamad. All right. Two more that we're gonna talk about.
Uh,
All right. And the next one I'm gonna do is five senses. All right.
mhm.
Please, my man, tell us about five senses. What's the story behind it?
So, five senses. So this was, I would say, for me, I always loved the tobacco notes, and especially when we were growing up, my dad always rolled his cigars, or he was smoking pipes, and then so that fresh smell of tobacco was always give me a good memory. But again, a lot of times the tobacco notes get so smoky, a little bit too harsh, and we wanted to, again, the approach was bring the first five fragrances, we wanted to make sure they're approachable and wearable, not too harsh, not too artistic. That, as you mentioned, a lot of designer fragrances, you can wear it everywhere and without offending people. When it gets too niche, you have to go to a crowd that understand niche.
Yes.
But we still wanted to focus on the variability of it, but quality of it. So tobacco leaves, Divana, and there's some Noxolite, which is a lab version of walnut note that we wanted to bring it into this fragrance. And of course, there's a cardamom, pink pepper. But this was one of those fragrances that I remember wearing it on the first floor, and my sister was on the second floor, and that was still during development time. She was like, "What is this smell? I just love it. I can smell this fragrance down here." And I was like, "Perfect. This is it. We have to go with it." And this one is more of that masculine fragrance, and we name it Five Senses because when you spray this the first time, really, it kind of tickles all of your five senses. It's kind of plays with it all, and that's what the whole story is. There's still a little bit of oud and sandalwood in this fragrance to give it that power and longevity.
Power.
Yeah, power. Exactly. So
Shout out to John Fragrance, man.
that's right. So this was how we created, and this is, I mean, more of a masculine fragrance for sure.
All right, that's a bit, man. All right, so we got Five Senses by House of Dastan, y'all. All right. You heard the description. Let's get to it. All right. So same decant, same 10 milli. All right. Oh, yeah, you get that tobacco. We're talking about fresh tobacco. I'm talking about fresh, highly acidic. All right. Very sharp, pungent. All right. But you do kind of get that little fruity background in it. All right. There's a little sweetness, a little citrus in here too. All right. Uh, the sweetness is definitely minimal in the opening.
Yeah, the sweetness comes from that apricot notes that is, again, a little bit of fruity notes that is in there. Yeah.
But hold on one second. I'm pulling it up now. So I'm definitely okay. That I'm getting that lime.
Oh,
The
yes,
lime
yes.
and the green notes. So that
Mhm.
Divana, I've got
Mhm.
a couple of fragrances with Divana, and Divana is one that literally takes a fragrance and it paints it green.
Mhm.
It paints it green, in different directions, but definitely gives it a green feel.
Yeah, and
This is yeah.
there's that woody elements into this fragrance too. And like, if you guys, like they say, Olivier Cresp is the king of gourmand. They say, what is that, a gentleman? I forgot. Like Richard, he's also one of the pioneers of woody fragrances. He loves woods. That's why he used a lot of woody notes in his fragrances. So at some point, I let him just go with it and just do it exactly how he wants it with this fragrance. And yeah,
You
it's
know
it's
what's you know what's
uh,
funny? So Raf said the cardamom in here is
mhm,
fire. And you know why I like this though? So the way that he used the cardamom in here not only highlights and accents the tobacco leaf, but also it pushes that oud and the guaiac wood. It almost serves as like a supplemental yet a highlighter for the earthy, woody notes.
Mm-hmm.
I feel it's like bringing out more of the wood, bringing out more of the tobacco leaf, making it not really smell spicy, but kind of just, how do you say, bringing out those earthy, natural notes in here.
Mm-hmm.
You know, is that and in a sense, when you start to get more cardamom, you start to lose a feel for the fruits. You know, for the apricot and whatnot. The lime turns up just a little bit. Very it makes it a little more sharp. Very quick notice. But this is good, man. And Rav wasn't lying. Yeah, that cardamom is definitely it's not being used like your normal cardamom. It's definitely being twisted to bring out other things. I mean, you do get some spice, but you also got pink pepper in there as well, and then you've got some of these notes that naturally can have a spicy nature when blended. But yeah, man, this is good. This is good.
Nice, man.
I like it. This is something that I would wear to the cigar lounge. All right. Now, a lot of people follow me in here. They know I smoke cigars from time to time with my boys. All right. My guys down here, we go to Cigar International, or we go to a couple of places in Fuego. And man, this is one that I could sit outside, sit in, and yeah, it would go well. It wouldn't be something that would offset the smoke, but it will blend in and still have you smelling good, man. This is good. A fresh, natural, woody, somewhat spicy. I mean, depending on how your nose takes it, fruity fragrance.
Yep, that's right. Yeah, exactly.
This is good.
Yeah.
This is good. This is not for everybody, but I can see my men of value. But no, I can see my men that like to dress up, that go out, my smokers, even those that go to a bar, anywhere where there may be some type of tobacco note around. This is one that I would wear, grown, sexy, appropriate. I'm wearing hard bottoms, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if I can afford the Italian ones, you know what I'm saying? Because we shop at the rack store, you know what I'm saying? It is Nordstrom rack, but still the rack store. Right? But this is good, man. This is good. I'd recommend all my guys that live that lifestyle, even if just for a day out of the week, get your nose on this. All right, get your nose on this one. This is a good one to have in your collection. Honestly, man, these have all been pretty good hits. You know, there have been a couple that I'm good with the 10 mil, but like this one, yeah, this one could be, yeah,
the 100 mil. Yeah, thank you, man.
Yeah, man, this is good. This is good, man. Hey, again, 5 senses, y'all. You heard the story, you heard the notes, you got the description. Go check them out, Max Aroma. All right, maxaroma.com. All right, and we on to the last one. Now, I held this off not because I've smelt it, but because we are in a transitional period. Well, it's already transitioned here in Texas. We're at the point where we've got a few more days of rain, and then it's about to be hot, hot, hot. All right. So I wanted to save this. Started off with Game of Joy, but I wanted to save this for last. Okay. And this is Light Breeze, y'all. I have heard a couple of people talk on this. Again, your house is so underrated, even though the name of the company is so big. And I mean, Max Aroma, you know what I'm saying? Like, not a lot of people are talking about these things much, but they should be. Some of these need to get some shine. Yeah. You know, I mean, I say that because hey, we've been putting our nose on.
That's right.
For the elbows, and tell you what.
Yeah. No, you know, I think, you know, we're not. I'm trying to avoid the superficial hype around the brand. You know, it was also our first year. We made a lot of mistakes. You know, we were having some issues with the plates on the bottle, with the plates on the box. So when you launch a brand, you don't know what's going to go wrong with it. So first, I wanted to, the whole year we tried to fix all the issues with the sprayers, with the plates, with this. So it gets to a point that when we send a product to a customer or someone's hand, it's in a great condition. So now I think we're at the point that we can still get out a little bit more, talk about it a little bit more, and I'm confident about everything, the quality of all the details that is going out. Because that matters the most. When you pay $275 for a bottle, it has to be perfect, So,
you know what I'm saying? Because
you're
going to catch hell. You're going to catch hell in the comments and chats or whenever you go live. It don't matter what platform, you're going to catch hell. They're going to let you know. Right. $275 and this thing still won't spray right. Yeah.
That's right.
I shout out to you for noticing that, because there's a lot of companies that just be like, hey, you're just going to deal with it until. All right.
Yeah.
And so the fact that that your customer service, that you value it and you value the customers is definitely something to be noted, going forward. And, it's definitely going to provide some longevity for the business for real.
Yeah. Thank you, man. Yeah, that's the point. And from here, if anyone hear me, you got a bottle, the plate came off, I'm sorry, we fix that problem. It's not going to happen again. So, yeah. So for this light breeze, this was 100% Richard's direction. He's from south of France, in Cannes, and he wanted to bring that childhood out. And our challenge was always with the fresh fragrance is the longevity. It's the sillage. You can't just get it because of just how these notes are. With the bergamot, with lemon, with juniper notes. Mandarin, it's just really hard to have them on your skin for a long time. So and he grew up in Cannes, and he was like, Hamad, like every time I was going out after it rained in the forest, that was a fresh, earthy fragrance, the scent that was in the air, and I wanted to bring it out. So he created this fragrance by himself completely, and we didn't have an earthy, greenish kind of a fragrance in our portfolio. So, this is nothing, I can't say it's groundbreaking, but as a freshie that lasts long and it's just make you happy. It's peppery. It has that amber, nutty feeling to it. It's a beautiful fragrance.
All right. Hey, with no disrespect at all, I'll be the one to say so. All right. But let me see, man. Yeah, I've heard, like I said, the two of the three people that I've heard talk about this, and two of them I actually talked to directly, were women. Mm-hmm. And even though they like it, they have said it leans more, that they say it gives a more masculine feel.
Masculine, for sure.
Because they sprayed it the first time and they liked it, but they sprayed it the next few times and they layered it with something else to give it a little more a sweet feel. You know what I'm saying? A little more fruity feel at times. So yeah, definitely we're looking forward to this. So here we go.
Yeah, I mean, as you said, for transitional time, spring to summer, this also, and if you're in a tropical weather, summertime, it's just wakes you up, man.
Ooh, in the air, that is nice. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. In the opening, you get the lavender. All right. The lavender is noticeable. All right. But you also get that fruity blend, the citric fruity blend. Get that mandarin. Definitely get that lemon. And you get the juniper berry.
Yep.
And by the juniper berry, what I really mean is you don't really get the berry, you get the juniper. So you get mostly the tartness. You don't get the sweetness. Okay. The verbena is definitely noticeable, or it may not even be verbena. It's probably the combination of verbena and then the Jupiter and juniper, I'm sorry, and the moss, because you get that green feel. It's almost like a green kind of earthy feel. That amberette. That amberette gives a little bit of a turn to the fruitiness, gives it a ripe feel, adds to that tartness. This is good. So far, so good. I think I could see where he was going with it.
Mhm.
This is definitely a summertime, spring, late spring,
Yeah.
summertime vibe. This is a vibe for me right now. But the one thing that I get, and you know what, when I started to talk about that the tartness in here, I just picked it up. The
Mhm.
tartness goes so well, and I'm starting to get the rose. It's not heavy. It's somewhat subtle, but it comes out with that tartness. Because I keep saying this, and some people may not understand me, but there's an acidic feel to it, meaning there's a sharpness. You know, when you smell a lot of citruses and certain citruses, you get certain feels. There's a certain acidic feel that is bringing out the green and the rose in here amongst the citrus. And the lavender is kind of cooling it down. It's giving it a little covering, but it's giving it a little twist. This is good, man.
Yeah, and you know, as the name says it all, it's light breeze. Just imagine
Yeah.
yourself. There's a very light breeze in summertime or spring, and it just hits you when you're in the forest or like by the beach, and it's just that smell, that exactly comes with this fragrance when you wear that.
Yeah, man, this is good.
Uh,
Tell me this, Orchinox.
mhm.
That's what I'm now. I'm not sure how it's playing. It's got to be helping with something, but that is a note that typically when I see it, it definitely takes a fragrance for a spin,
Mhm.
alters it in some way, whether it alters an accord or some other notes. Yeah,
Yeah.
I would
So
love to know
so
what that was.
Orchinox, for the reason that maybe I think we use Orchinox in one of the other fragrances that we have. So we work with a oil company that or they have one of the most powerful Orchinox that is there, and it's a very sustainable notes and ingredients that is being produced, and it's most likely we use this to get that woody musk scent profile that also help the longevity of a fragrance.
Got you, got
Yeah.
you. Okay. Well, it's this is really good blend. This is a beautiful blend. For me, this is definite wear. Yeah. You know what this would go good with? Honestly, I could wear this during the summertime with just my regular tea tree oil. I don't know if you use that. Yeah, the
Yeah.
tea tree oil
Yeah.
because it automatically has like a kind of a citric feel to it and whatnot. And to put this on top would just go hand in hand.
Mhm.
This is good. This is a everyday. This is a easy reach. I won't say it. I would say it could be someone's signature scent for the summer, the spring, especially if you're where it's hot or if you're in an open area, perhaps by a beach or whatnot. This could be an easy reach, but a quality reach as well. This is good, man.
Yeah.
This is really, really good. Oh yeah,
Great, man.
yeah.
Yeah.
I love that.
James, I actually just realized, you're in Dallas. We also actually fill these bottles in Dallas too. So they're all, filled up there, manufactured, made in USA. So, we fill up, maybe it's 20, 30 minutes away from you.
Hey, look, you
Yeah.
said the word, I'll meet you up there. All right. Because look, hey, look, I even talked to Christian. It's funny because so many perfume companies are like some of their distribution is here in Dallas.
Mhm.
Who is it? Argos, y'all, and a couple of other companies too. They have
Mhm.
distribution here or they have a warehouse here. Either
That's
way.
right. Yeah.
But and so it's crazy hearing about it, man. That's
Yeah.
interesting.
But I think maybe I'll come there in May or June. I'll definitely invite you over so you can also see. Yeah.
I'd love to do a walkthrough, see what y'all got, man. Hey,
That's right.
because
Yeah.
a lot of people don't get that side of Fragcom.
Mhm.
We get the beautiful, y'all. Juice is lovely. All right. Shout out to House of Dastan for sending this out, man. I couldn't live without this fragrance. Definitely top 10. And then the next week it's another top 10.
That's
I'm
right.
not gonna get into
That's
it, but
right. No, yeah.
you know how it goes, you know. So yeah. But no, this is really good juice. This is good. And here's the thing. I want to say this, all right. So with the House of Dastan, the thing about it is that you get a definite niche. You get a niche feel and everything, but you don't get, how do you say, it's quality because it gives you value for what it presents. It gives you the niche feel. It doesn't dissipate, but it doesn't break down into three different fragrances like some companies. It keeps it simple, but while keeping it quality. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So this honestly, with the ones that you have available, the 6 that you have available, this could be seen as almost, it's a step ahead of Mancera, but this is entry level quality, but a step up. This is niche, entry level niche that is closer to taking you to the next level. It's closer to getting you to the experience of a Xerjoff and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I look forward to seeing what else y'all have, because if this is where you start, there's no telling where you go.
Yeah.
Because this is we always put houses like Parfums de Marly, Mancera, and those as quality as your intro niche brands and whatnot. But honestly, this would be a better introduction for a lot of people that really want to go niche, because this would be a step closer to certain brands such as like I said, Xerjoff, Oud and whatnot. Especially with that what was it, the Oud one that I smelt at Scent Explorer?
Yes, 12 faces.
Yeah, 12 faces of Oud, especially with that one. This leans you closer to that style of niche perfumery than those other ones do. The other ones actually lean a little closer in connectivity and quality to designer. This leans more in the direction of niche, but it keeps it simple. And again, quality, man. So, hey, shout out to you, man, for real.
Thank you, man. Thank you very much. Yeah.
And the design, y'all, stays on set. I'm going to tell y'all what. You know what? Shout out to my boy Mondo, but I don't care. All right. Like my boy Jason, who is also a part of the podcast when he comes and when he makes himself available. Presentation matters. I don't give a damn. All right. And to have, look, Novitus, simple. Have it on the shelf. When you get more of them stacked up together, guess what? Looks beautiful. Okay. You got Xerjoff. I don't care. You know, you put enough Xerjoff on the shelf and it looks good already, right? That's just how I feel. You know what I mean? But these bottles and the way they're designed, if you get more, you can stack them and have a shelf of themselves, you know? Like, shout out to my guy Neeb, the Aromatics brand. You know, his stuff, a lot of people don't like it, but when you put more than just one or two on a shelf together and it looks uniform, it looks good. And, man, whoever thought of this design, shout out to y'all. Big kudos to y'all, because it is definitely a great design. And I can tell y'all had thoughts on how it would look on the shelf in mind. I know you did. I know you did.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Yeah, 100%, man.
Especially with that glass bottle. Yeah. Look, I could sit, you know, we're sips and sniffs, right? So eventually I hope to have a backup where I could put some of my fragrances next to some of my liqueur bottles, you know what I'm saying? Right. And let them sit together, man. Hey, it look good, right?
That's right. That's right. Yeah, right.
I gotta ask. So a little off and on topic. So, do you drink? Do you?
Yeah.
Enjoy the taste?
Yeah. I used to drink a little bit more, but now with all the longevity and try to be healthy and stuff, like cut down. But still, I love my drinks for sure, man.
All right. Well, give me your top 2 drinks.
Top 2 drinks. Definitely whiskey is number 1, and my favorite whiskey is Woodford Reserve. There's something smoky in that's just I always loved it.
Shout out to you. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
and tequila, Don Julio Reposado or Añejo, like those tequilas, they're the best, man.
Hey, when you come in town, you hit me up. All right.
Yeah.
First round's on me, second round's on you. All right.
Sounds good, man. We get it done. Yeah.
All right, that's a bet, man. All right, so hey, we have come towards the end of the broadcast. You already know the conversation has been quality, And as usual, all right, man. Again, I can't thank you enough for coming on here. But now,
Of course.
Hamad, we are at the Sense and Sounds. This is what
Sounds
so
good.
many people look forward to, man. You know what I'm saying? So, of course, y'all know how I do when I interview anybody. I don't care, perfume or whatever. We got to link up the olfactory sense and the auditory sense, and we gotta get an idea for how they see things. What is their feel? It's always good, you know what I'm saying? Because when you come to the cul-de-sac, when you become part of the family, Hamid, you know what I'm saying? We like to get a chance to really know you. You know what I'm saying? And
That's right.
for me and so many other people, music says a lot. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And so, I'm telling you, music tells me a lot about a person. Sometimes you listen to certain music, it's like you're pretty angry. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Something's wrong, Or if you listen to some music and it's like it's too melancholic, it's like, okay, I see a I see a shrink in your future soon. But man, no, but we just want to get a feel, you know what I'm saying? A feel
Mhm.
for you and how you handle certain styles of fragrance. You know what I'm saying? It opens up a world of understanding for so many people, especially me, because it gives me insight to more than just musical taste and fragrance taste. It gives me an insight to um, how you deal with things, how you understand feelings and whatnot, how you interpret certain things that go on in your life. So here's what we got. All right. I reached out to you. I asked you we got 6 fragrances from the brand. I wanted you to give me 6 songs that go hand in hand with the fragrances. All right. So I tell you what, we're gonna go backwards. Okay. So with this being said, now I'm gonna get to the chat a little bit later. Y'all forgive me. I'm gonna go ahead and scroll down, and we're gonna go ahead and get to the segment. Y'all are talking amongst each other anyway, so y'all be all right. Y'all will be all right. But all right, we're gonna go backwards. All right, so we're gonna start with Light Breeze, man. All right, so we already got the rundown, the story of how it came out, but now we're gonna go ahead and get a chance to hear the vibe that you, Hamid, get from Light Breeze, and then you're gonna break it down why you picked this song to correlate. All
Sure.
right.
I think with Light Breeze, James, that was the one that I've missed to send you the track for it. We
Okay, I'll
have
tell you what.
for Game of Joy, You, Five
Text it
Senses,
to me.
Love Flame.
Text it to me then.
Yeah.
Text it to me, and I tell you what, I'll put that to the side. We'll get to that last. All right, let's go to
Yeah.
5 senses. Okay.
Mhm.
All right. So with 5 senses, go ahead and tell me in the chat. I mean, I know you already text me and whatnot, but talk about the song that you relate to it.
Yeah, so this one is this goes back to, as I said, 5 senses where you spray this fragrance. It takes you to 5 different places and tickle your 5 senses. So this is the song that, when my dad was rolling that cigar and smoking it, we were sitting in outside, and this music was on, and we were listening to it. So I sent like a modern version of it that has a little bit of electronic beat into it. It's not like original Persian song, but this is what that memory is for me, and I connected to 5 senses.
All right, and what song was that?
This is by Shajarian. It's Mormin, the name.
Yes, got it.
Yeah.
All right, here we go, y'all. Here we go. Make sure I got it all the way up. All right. Nice. I like that. That beat, it's oh man, it's hypnotic, it's tantric. You know what I'm saying? But man, okay. So when I was doing that and I was smelling the five senses, man, and I'm just like, dude. It's funny because now that it's starting to dry down, y'all. So check this out. Here's the thing. I'm starting to get the fruity notes again. The fruity notes are coming out again. That apricot, a little bit of lime. It's funny because it started off like that, and then all of a sudden I noticed it kind of dipped low, and the tobacco and the green came out, and now I'm getting the fruity notes all over again. Like they're actually projecting more than everything else now. Dude, that's a nice little connectivity. And I like the beat, man. The beat is good.
Nice. Yeah.
I like that connection, man. That's what's up. All right.
Thanks, man. Yes, yeah.
Check this chat real quick. Hey, look, my girl Simone said I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah.
Walt said very sensory. All right.
That's right.
All right. This is going to make me cry with the things that are going on in Iran. Yeah, man. It's
that's right.
Yeah, I don't want to get political, unfortunately, but just know, with everything going on, my heart goes out to those people as well, Yeah, all right, we go. Man, yeah. Rasta, I like the vibe. Yeah, this is definitely a vibe, man. Hey, yeah. All right. So I tell you what. All right, good connection. That was five senses, y'all, and that was morning. All right. So on the next one, we got Love Flame.
Yeah. So Love Flame, this track that I picked is by Shahram Nazari. He's one of the he's one of the biggest singers in Iran that he won a lot of awards. Beautiful traditional songs, and this song Sheida Shodam in Farsi means I'm lost in this world with all it's just kind of like with all the love, all the passion, everything that is around me. So this song, with Love Flame, it kind of brings me that memory. It brings, whenever I wear it, it gives me that feeling of it. So it's a very traditional song with a modern touch again. They're in a symphony that playing it. So that's how I approach that with this track and the fragrance, I would say.
Makes
because
sense.
It brings that fire out of you. And that's why it's all about love that you get.
All right. Yeah. And real quick, song one more time.
Oh, so it's Sheida Shodam Shahram Nazari.
All right.
Yeah.
Here we go, y'all. Pay attention. Check out the vibe. All right.
Sorry, James. I think this one we gotta go to minute 135 to start.
I'll tell you what, we got time. We got
گوش بنه هر بد را دست منه بر دهنم دست منه بر دهنم دست منه بر دهنم چون که من از دست شدم چون که من از دست شدم در ره من شیش منه ور بنهی پا بنهم ور بنهی پا بنهم هرچه بیابم شکنم
Let it play out a little bit more, man. I like that intro. That intro reminds me of the call to prayer and the Muslim culture and whatnot. I mean, I love those. Yeah, I love the sound of it, though, for sure. I'll go ahead and bring it down, man. That is nice. I wish I could play more, but you know, YouTube will, boy, they will try. They will.
Oh yeah,
you in a heart.
Yeah, so this track is, you know, the whole track is like when you're becoming madly in love with someone. I mean, it's not only someone; it can be the world, it can be the God, it can be anything that you're madly in love, and it's very, it's out of body love. So yes. That's what it's about.
Yes, man. You know, like I said, the opening reminded me of when I used to work at the school, and they used to do the call to prayer every morning, and you know, one of the 5 prayers of the day. And you know, they had some kids with some beautiful voices in there. They would do the call to prayer, and it was just, like I said, trance. You know what I'm saying? But it's like my guy Otto said. He said it's so soothing to the soul. Honestly, you don't have to be of the culture to appreciate what their music typically provides. And yeah, man, appreciate that link. That's a smooth link, man.
Thank you, man. Yeah.
Yes, for sure. All right, so that was Love Flame. All right, and of course the song at hand was Sharam Naziri.
Mm-hmm.
What was the name of? Was that the name of the song or the performer?
No, that was the name of the singer. The same name of the song is Sheido Shodam.
Sheido Shodam. All right.
Yeah.
And then Sharam Naziri.
Sheido
Shodam. All right.
Yeah.
Here we go. So, you know what? In my description, I'm gonna put those in there. As the connection points and whatnot, and go from there. So if anybody's interested in hearing this later, you'll get a chance to hear it and smell it. You know what I'm saying? So, oh yeah, here we go. Got a couple of people in the chat, but we're gonna go ahead and get to the next one. I want to have you on here all night, even though we're having a great time. I know you gotta go. All right. So with this next one, we got you now. You know, normally I would go ahead and play that crit. Okay, I would go ahead and play the crit. You know,
that's right. I mean, maybe we have to change the song to that now, man.
We've already heard it, man. No, we gonna get your connection. All right.
Yeah.
So with you, all right. what did we get?
So we have with you, we have the song the by Sting, which is this track is one of one of those tracks that always bring that livelihood in anyone that I see. And every time I play this track and people listen to it, they become themselves, like they dance with it differently because it has that Sting is there. There's that Middle Eastern artist in there too. So it's just bring everyone to their soul, and it's a very old song. So I just somehow connected every time I listen to it. It kind of brings me the You fragrance out.
Okay, all right.
Desert Rose.
Desert Rose. Hey.
Yeah.
Shout out to my guy Sting, man. Hey, look,
yeah.
Sting was someone that I grew up on. My mom wouldn't let me listen to rap music for years. And so I grew up on Sting, Rod Stewart, you know what I'm saying? Rhythm of My Heart, you know what I'm saying? All of that. Look, we'll get to it. Let's get to the song. All right.
That's
Sting
right.
and Desert Rose, y'all. Down, man. Hey, like I said, I love me some Sting, all right? But hey, Sting can't be getting me clipped off of YouTube, right?
That's right.
No, man, that's good. But you know what? I'm gonna dig a little deeper this time. Let me ask you something. So, was there a particular accord or note that kind of brought out the vibe of the song to you more than anything in here? In you?
I would say definitely. The jasmine kind of brings me this type of this song or connects me to it.
You know, it's crazy too because Sting is like 80s music, 80s baby music. Well, really 70s baby music, but it's like songs that he created were like hits in the 80s, a little bit in the beginning of the 90s. That soft rock era and whatnot, and in the 70s, But man, it's crazy to hear it because that's why I was thinking too, the jazz, the Frisia, the Lang Lang, that when we talked earlier about it and we talked about the accord, the floral accord, and how it was kind of a noble feel, kind of a older style, not really used, not a newly used floral accord. And the feel that it gave me, that's exactly what I was thinking when I was listening and whatnot. Because Sting is an old school singer, so that old school floral feel in here definitely takes me back too, man. So
That's
shout out to you on that one, man.
Yeah.
Shout out to you on that one. All right. All right. All right. So that was you and Desert Rose by Sting, y'all. All right. Second to last, man, we've got Game of Joy.
Boy, that's right. So I picked Sherry Sherry Lady by Modern Talking. Modern Talking is a group, like it's a band that maybe not known to Americans. It's mostly Europeans and it's a British band, but was big in Iran back when I was a kid. So we would listen to this song all the time, dance with it. That was played in the house. And then, as I said, with Game of Joy, because it's just a happy fragrance. And, it was all of us getting together, putting this song, dancing with my sisters, cousin, family. So, pick this song.
Okay. All right. All right.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and hear it now. I'm going to ask another connection point, man. So, yeah. All right. That's a bit, man. And yet another beautiful creation by Richard Herpen. All right. And Richard Herpen, is he American, overseas?
French.
He's French. Okay.
French, yeah.
All right. That's a bit. Well, here we go. Modern Talking.
Yes.
Come right up.
Oh, I cannot explain. Every time it's the same. Oh, I feel that it's real. Take my heart. I've been lonely too long. Oh, I can't be so strong. Take the chance for romance. Take my heart. I need you so. There's no time I'll ever go. Sherry, Sherry lady, going through emotion. Love is where you find it. Listen to your heart. Sherry, Sherry lady, living in devotion. It's always like the first time. Let me take your part. Sherry, Sherry lady, not much for tomorrow. Take my heart and lose it. Listen to your heart. Sherry, Sherry lady, tomorrow you is to love me. If you know it, baby, I'll be always yours.
All right, I gotta turn it down, man. Hey, look, that took me back. Boy, those are KBIL days, man.
That's right. Yeah,
With my mom. Oh my God. Yeah. This is a middle school vibe. This is taking me back, man. Nostalgic.
Yeah, for sure, man. I think it's fun. It's like we all have a lot of memories from there. It's the childhood, so why not? It's the 80s, early 90s,
Yeah, man. Hey, the chat's over here showing its age, boy.
Yeah.
Hey, please, ain't too many people in my chat that aren't 35 and up at this point, Yeah, man. So, okay. So real quick, what was it that connected? What was the connection point between the fragrance and the song?
I think it was a mixture of that watermelon, Timor pepper together. It's a little bit of that disco vibe too. So, when you go to disco parties here, sometimes at the end of the party, they bring fruits at the end of it because they want people to, get some energy back. So,
Yeah, sober up.
That's right. Yeah, exactly. So.
That's crazy. Yeah, no, that's what's up, man. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
All right. Hey,
Yeah.
we can see here. That's a good connection. All right, and I'll tell you what, we got two more, but on the last one, which you'll give to me, I'll look it up then. But for the second to last one, all right, we've got where's my scent of the day? What did I do with it? Oh, I'm tripping. Unseen. All right. So what was the connection point on Unseen, man?
So for our scene, Unseen again, this is a fragrance that It's not supposed to be loud. It brings everyone in. It's warm, and it's for me. It brings there's a lot of love and closeness to it. So for this track, when we listen to it, it's about who loves the sun, and the track is about that, which has that, that's it's about that warmth. It's about that energy. So whatever I feel about it, I also this was a track that I would hear a lot when we were developing this fragrance. This was trending in all the bars, all the lounges that I was playing, and then it just connected me with I had a lot of good times with friends sitting down and just hanging out and listening to this song.
Okay. And which song was that again?
It's Who Loves the Sun.
Okay, and that is by I'm trying to look on here.
By
New.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Here we go, y'all. Who loves the sun? Let's go. Oh, and do me a favor, Hamad, while I play this, text me the song for Light Breeze. If you got it.
I forgot that. Yep.
No problem. I'm gonna go ahead and play the song now though. You gotta tell me, where were you listening to this? All right, where were you listening to this?
This was definitely, where I was at the parties in Tulum, and or when I was in what do you call it, Burning Man. So, which was a big, like a 7-day party that I was there, and that was the whole year. And then here, of course, with friends at the bars or lounges.
Okay, all right. Hey, that's a bit, man. That is an interesting field.
Yeah,
that is an interesting field. Hey, that's a nice little beat. It's interesting, man. With all the sounds. What is it when they listen to different sounds for release of endorphins? The people, the ASMR.
That's right. Yeah,
it's like a tie-in of music and ASMR together to make a beat. It's crazy. That's what's up, man. That's what's up. All right, let me go ahead and get this last song in here, man. All right. Go ahead and let's talk about it. All right. So that real quick, that was New Um, for what was it?
Unseen.
Unseen. All right. And so for the last one, we got Light Breeze. All right. We got Light Breeze. Tell us about that song, baby.
So light breeze for me again, because I also love these fragrance in summertime. I had a phase of listening to jazz and piano music last, I would say 3 years ago. That was my summer, that I was going out to a lot of jazz clubs, a lot of I was wearing this fragrance. So this song that we gotta listen to, it's the one that's a Persian singer, but also bringing that jazz and music into it, and just made it that, and the music video, he's also in the forest, he's walking in summer, that is bringing that elements of earthiness into it. So I could connect that with light breeze.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Nice. All right. Walt, we're gonna have to talk, man. We gotta talk about licensing deals, all right? If that's what you're gonna go with, hey, we gotta talk about them licensing deals, all right? But real quick, let me go ahead and bring this up. All right, we've got Orange.
Orange also means mandarin. And yeah.
And that is okay. That's nice. Orange. 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 Man, I like that. I like that. All right. Here we go. I like that. I like that. That's smooth, man. That's smooth. Now the what language is it in?
This is in Farsi.
Farsi. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like how they threw that in there. It's funny because you said jazz, and I remember back in the day, you used to have the jazz music, but every once in a while, someone would get on there and they would kind of, I would say, almost like Boosie Collins it up. You know what I'm saying? So we get just say a few things. Almost like James Brown. You know what I'm saying?
That's right. Yeah. It's a little bit of jazz, blues. Yeah. That's right. Yeah.
But the guy that was singing or speaking in the midst of it gave me a James Brown vibe.
That's right. Yeah, exactly. That's true. Yeah.
So I like that. That's nice, man. All right, man. Well, hey, look, 6 great connections, 6 great fragrances, man. Hey, look, I like what you did there. Yeah.
Thank you, man. Yeah, of course.
But yeah, man. But I tell you what, we have come to the end of everything. But I wanted to get one thing off. Walt's still here, and he asked earlier, how many releases are we looking at you possibly releasing, and what is next? Even if you don't want to give us all the details, what is next? All right. So those are our questions. All right.
Well, next is 12 Faces, the oud. So this is going to be released on March 7. We have 940 bottles left. So, if you guys love the ouds, you definitely try it. And then after that, we got to have 3 more releases this year, which would be one that'll be a little bit more of the gourmand side. And then I want to get into more of the, heavier, like maybe woodier, darker fragrances at the end of this year when it gets to the fall and winter. And the other one, the third one, I'm not really sure. We're still working on a couple of mods, but there's going to be 3 releases for sure this year.
Okay. All right. Yeah. That's what's up, man.
And I'm excited about 12 Faces. Definitely, guys. This is it. I've been wearing it the whole day. I can't stop smelling it.
Yeah. Hey, when I do get it in and whatnot, man, if nothing more, love to have you on IG.
Sure.
Love to bring it on IG, man, for real. Because look, these, I'm kind of upset that I kind of slept on them for so long. They're not the most complicated. If you're looking for something that's overly complicated, this is not for you. This is not going to be that style of perfumery. However, you're looking for something really good niche. All right. Above Parfums de Marly and them. No shot at them, but you know what I'm saying? That's a little more advanced than that as far as the way they blend their accords and the notes and everything. Hey, get your nose on the House of Dastan for real, man. They've got 6 really good ones and another one that's coming out soon. All right, that I would encourage all those who fear the note of oud, get your nose on it. I think this is very wearable. This is of the same, but also better quality as those who like the oud and how they use it in what is that? Armored Oud and little brands like that. Get your nose on it, man, for sure. And Hamad, at this time, do you have anything to say to our people, my cul-de-sac, my family, our fragrance family, before you head out, before I put you in the back? Because I don't want you to leave just yet. Put you in the back for a few minutes.
No, man, I just wanted to say thank you for everyone who is staying here, supporting, watching, we for today, if you guys are also interested in any of these fragrances that we bought, you can go on Max Aroma. I'm just going to turn this promotion on now. If you buy any of the 100 mls, you get 2 of the 10 mls as a gift from us. That's $100 value. Hopefully you guys can enjoy it. And if you guys are in New York, coming to New York soon in April, we are grand opening our first boutique. So please come over. I'll be there. Talk to me, chat with me. I would love to see you guys.
That's a bet, man. Well, we do appreciate it. How about I'm gonna drop you in the bag. Just bear with me for a few minutes. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap things up. Shout out to my people, and I'll be right with you. All right.
Sounds good. Thank you, guys. Take care. Good night.
All right, y'all, man. Hey, and that'll do it for the conversation of the night. Hell of a conversation, man. Definitely enjoyed that as always. All right. Again, Walt, call me. We're going to have to talk about the licensing deal, brother. All right. But outside of that, man, thank y'all for showing up. Thank you for the questions and everything. Hopefully you got some insight into the brand. Hopefully you got some insights into the owner and his family and how they operate, the stories behind everything. Hopefully I was able to give you a little more knowledge, not on just this house, but on how they do fragrances, man, honestly. Because, without that, we're just buying juice in a bottle, I think part of the deep appreciation for perfume is the story behind it, and being able to tell that story and understand the story through the juice in the bottle, man. So with that being said, man, I appreciate y'all for coming out because I know y'all could have been anywhere but here, but you chose to be here with me, your boy, Hidden Gems on Sips and Sniffs. And for that, I am truly and forever grateful. All right. Now, Sprayers Club, hey, hit me up. Hit me up tomorrow. We'll be good. And appreciate that, Simone. But with all that being said, hey, man, let every sip be a sip of inspiration and let every sniff lead to a new discovery. Man, shout out to y'all. Love y'all. Appreciate you. For those that are catching the replay, man, much obliged. Hey, don't forget to hit that thumbs up, like, share with a friend. You know what I'm saying? Since he's talking about sharing my scents and sounds for a night, all right, I'm going to go ahead and share his statement and say, tell a friend, to tell a friend, to Tell a friend. Then we're gonna do another live. I believe I'm gonna have Q New York. If everything goes straight, I'm gonna have Q New York on again this Saturday. And we're gonna do something similar, man. I'm trying to get in with these brands because there's a lot of fragrance and perfumery that's not being discussed that needs to be talked about, you know? And that's what we're here for. So with all that being said, man, good night. One love. Y'all, hey, be easy, please. I'll catch y'all on the next one.